You can change your background picture.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I am Shruti Agrawal, your host for today's session, brought to you by GeneQ, a platform dedicated to empowering startups through innovation, mentorship, and meaningful partnerships. Today's topic: website and app optimization, speed, SEO, and user experience. It's a crucial for every founder in today's fast-paced digital world. Your website or app is often the first impression of your brand, and its speed, visibility, and usability can make all the difference in attracting and retaining your customers. We are joined today by Mr. Abhishek Karnik, founder of MadResult, an award-winning performance-driven digital marketing agency. Abhishek has worked with 100 plus brands and won the IAF Award 2021 for Most Promising Startup, and is on a mission to make premium digital marketing accessible for startups and small businesses. He's also building MedMeta in the metaverse, is a verified Udemy coach, and actively mentoring startups through platforms like Technopreneurs, Network of India, and Saga Startup Park. We also have Keshav Bhanu with us, who has around 10 years of experience in SEO. He's a digital marketing executive with a proven track record in SEO, crafting effective strategies, demonstrating meticulous attention to detail, exceptional communication prowess, and a notable capacity to excel both independently and within a team setting. So, with all this experience in marketing, digital growth, SEO, Abhishek and Karnik will guide us on how to optimize websites and apps for speed, search visibility, and user experience. So, over to you, Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Shruti. That was a great introduction. And thank you so much, everyone, whoever is watching us live from your home or from your offices. I hope you enjoy this great session that we have put up for you. And as Shruti has already went ahead and given a great introduction about me and Keshav as well, I would also take this opportunity to tell you that since the journey of the last 14 years that I have been in marketing, the experience has always been richer as each year go by. And now we are in the age of AI, which is an exciting age to be in, to be very honest, when AI is building up and we all are contributing towards the growth of AI as well, right? And with this, I would also quickly like to showcase the kind of work that we are doing before we jump in, in the session itself. So a little quick introduction about our agency. So I own an agency called as MadResult. We are a global digital marketing agency based out of Bombay, and we have been working with more than 200 plus clients and having generated more than 150 plus crore plus of collective revenue for our clients. These are some of the brands that I have also personally worked with along with the agency. Some of them are Coca-Cola, Bajaj Finserv, Berger Paints, National Stock Exchange of India, Housing.com, and we've also worked with 5 plus Sharp Tank brands. So this itself helps you understand the kind of effort that we put with our clients. And since we are also an award-winning agency, we are also mentioned in Your Story, Medium, Social Samosa. So whenever you have the time, do check it out. And as you already know about me, I am an alumni of MICA and Indian School of Business as well. And since the last 14 years, I've just focused on marketing, making businesses better, one business at a time. And whether you have a revenue of 1 lakh or zero or even 1 crore, I've helped founders like you or people like you to help you grow your companies as well, right? Now, let's go back to our session. So today we're going to talk about website and app optimization. Let's first understand what is a website, what is an app. Like we all know, if you go on the internet, you type www and the website name, it's kind of a digital store for your business, right? Now, the way you have to make sure that if you have an offline business and you want to make your offline business very good looking, great hoarding, and you need to make sure you maintain cleanliness in your store so that people will come to you, right? That's the same way you need to make sure that you maintain your website and app, which is also your retail front store, right? Storefront, right? So it's equally essential that you work on your website and your app. And now we're talking about optimization. So now let's say you've got a website, you've got an app. Now you need to make sure you maintain your website and maintain your app, right? Like how you pay maintenance if you have a retail store, right? How do you pay your employees? And to make sure the workplace is great, it's the same thing that you need to do here, is that you need to maintain your website and maintain your app. And we're going to cover a couple of things such as how to improve your speed, what is SEO, how does SEO impact your business, and your overall user experience of the consumer. How do you want to get it done? I will also try to push in through some certain examples whenever I can recall. So let's understand what is optimization in totality. I will not I'll not tell you word by word. I'll just explain to you very easy, right? Web optimization is to make sure you do couple of tasks, couple of things to make sure that your website is good looking, functional, and fast, right? So it's the GFF, I would say, right? You need to make sure your website is good looking, functional, and fast all at the same time, and that's what contains about web optimization. About app optimization, similar case and similar thing that you need to do. You need to make sure everything is functioning right on your app. Every button that is tapped by the consumer goes to the right place and gets the right checkout done if necessary, or gives the right information if necessary, right? So that is about web optimization and app optimization. Now let's understand, why does optimization really matter? Why should you even do it at the first place, right? Now you got a very good looking website, very good looking app. You've spent more than 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs on the website or the app itself. But then what is happening is that a lot of things went missing due to certain things about, maybe the agency did not do it right, or maybe the leadership did not know about certain things, and things did not fall in place, right? So what do you do then? And what are the problems that you actually faced, right? Now, if you see, the first point is 53% of users leave if the site loads in less than in more than 3 seconds. Now, why is that important? Now, when you go to a website, if it doesn't load, you feel bored, right? Today, we live in a society with the help of Instagram reels and all the other fast-paced communication that is happening. Our patience has gone down, right? So we are not very patient human beings now, and because of that, we want to make sure that everything is fast. This load fast, that load fast. So if that expectation is for maybe Instagram Reel, why is it not for your website, right? So you need to make sure that your website pops up within the first 3 seconds. It can load in the background, but you need to make sure you do your optimizations correct to get the right kind of users being interested on your platform, right? 70% of online businesses start with search engines. And to add on that, now it starts with ChatGPT as well, correct? So, two things here. So, whenever I need something, I will go to Google, I will type a keyword, that umbrella for monsoon, right? Or I would type a skirt for a party, correct? Now, if I have done my optimization right on my website, there are a high chance that I will rank the first if I am relatable to my audience. Whatever the content that I'm showing, I am guaranteeing that I will get a click on that link. They come to my website. My website loads really fast in 3 seconds, and they are able to view the content. And then comes the part of UI UX, which is user interface and user experience. If these two things are really good on your website or your app, then there are a high chance that you make the sale, purchase, or they submit a lead, right? So make sure that whatever you do optimization, it has to be very good with Google search. And now with ChatGPT coming in, it is equally essential that you also make sure if you're an e-commerce website, go to ChatGPT, register yourself, and make sure that your products are seen by not just ChatGPT. It's a new term that is now there, which is called GEO, Generative AI SEO, right? So now you need to make sure that your website is also capable of geo as well, along with SEO, and that you are available on any platforms that anybody search, that is ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, or Claude AI, or things like that, right? But do not ignore AI, because in the next 2 years, things are drastically going to change. Google is going to shift down. People will highly be dependent on AI because you get personalized experience on AI. 88% of users won't return after a bad experience, which also means that if, for an example, you have a retail store, your retail store is smelly, clothes are everywhere, and it's messy, right? Would you go back to that retail store? No, you would not, right? So everybody wants a very good space to come to feel excited and to move the game or to move the wheel forward for their purchase journey, right? So you have to make sure that the experience is good, right from the content to the banner to the photography to the videography to the offers to the checkout. I think everything, right? And that's what we also do as an agency, that we make sure that we go ahead and help you with all of these things as well. Optimization is equal to traffic plus engagement plus conversions. Very important, and I think you should fit this rule in your book, that if you do not optimize, you are lacking on traffic, you are lacking on engagement, and you are lacking on conversions. There's a very interesting thing that I'm noticing since the last few years, since I'm also in business and we deal with businesses like yours. I see that people ignore optimization completely, ignore SEO completely. They feel that why to waste money on this unless we are not that great big at the moment, right? And they invest a lot of money in social media, they invest a lot of money in performance marketing, but they forget SEO completely, right? And the reason is because SEO is a game of patience. If you are not a patient person, you will not ace the game of SEO in terms of organic search, right? You need to have patience for at least 6 months. Give time to that agency, whoever ABC agency is, or your employees as well, to make sure that they smartly work on your website. They give you updates every week, what they are doing, what is the kind of optimization that they're doing. And then voila, in the 6 months, whatever the keywords that you want to rank for, you start ranking for, if you've done the right things and if you have the right kind of keyword that really tells the a bright story about your website or your products as well, right? So make sure optimization is the key. Now let's dive into something called as the optimization triangle, right? Now it's a very simple thing to understand. We don't need to complicate this, because if you logically look at it in this way, first point in the triangle is speed, which is your website needs to load fast and have a smooth performance. Again, apply the same thing in your retail store if you have a retail store, right? That if you have workers who are very slow, they are not even looking at your customers, definitely you're going to lose business. You're not going to make a lot of business, right? So you will need to make sure that your employees, your workers are fast, attentive to your consumer, and that's the same logic you have to apply here. You need to make sure your website is fast and it has the right speed to make sure that whenever somebody searches for you, immediately you are there. Number two, SEO, search engine optimization. The name itself says that you optimize the website for the search engine, because that's how you are discovered. That's how any and every website will be ever discovered, through the help of search engines, right? We have multiple search engines today. Famous is Google. Apart from that, I'm sure you know or you don't know. Second is Yahoo search as well. And then there are other DuckDuckGo and a lot of other search engines. But there is also Bing search engine as well, which is very competitive in terms of Google. So you need to also make sure that you optimize for Bing as well, right? Why? Because if whenever somebody has a Windows PC and they have a Microsoft Edge, and once they go on the Microsoft Edge, until and unless they don't change their search engine to Google, they're on by default on Bing. So that's an opportunity for you because everybody is optimizing for Google. Nobody is looking at Bing. But because you're attending this session, I'll tell you a secret. Also do optimization for Bing search engine as well, right? Now, as soon as you do SEO, you will have higher rankings and a great visibility as well, which means that there are so many people ranking for the same keyword, but you want to be the best. And if you want to be the best, you need to make sure the second option in the triangle, you need to do your SEO right. You can rank higher on the entire search graph as well. And third, most ignored, I would say, is UX. What is UX? User experience. If you don't give great user experience, user is not going to be bothered to even come at your store ever again. Classic, same example. You go to a hotel, you try to, in a restaurant, you try to, order food. Nobody is even bothered to look at you, right? That you want to order because they're too busy doing their stuff. Even if they order, the delivery, the service is so slow that after 40, 50 minutes, you're getting the food. And even after you're getting the food is not that great. So that means it's a classic example of bad user experience or customer experience, right? So you need to make sure that you have the right kind of tools, the right design, the right content, the right images and videos, and the right messaging, and also the right narrative that you set on your brand and then on your website so that anybody comes on your website, they understand what is this website about, why have I come here, and what I got to do with this website. Is this any good for me or not? So think of all of these things when you are designing your website, or you already have a website. See from a customer's perspective. Don't see from a founder perspective. Founder's perspective is never going to work for you. You will feel, oh wow, my website is great. But then take this website, give it to somebody who's not, technologically advanced. Tell them, hey, can you give me an experience? What is your experience on my website? And tell them to be as blunt as possible, or give it to your best friend. They will be blunt. Okay. So ask them that, tell me what are the things that I need to work on. They will tell you, hey, I'm not able to check out. Hey, this is not working. That is not working. Take all of that points, work on them, right? The better you work on your user experience, the better you will be able to get sales on your website or leads on your website. Now moving on to something called a speed optimization. Speed, we need speed, we need fast speed. Now it can be fast, it can be slow, it can be a medium. Where do you want to be at? You want to be at fast speed, right? So if you want to be at the fast speed position, you need to make sure that you follow these 6 things to make sure that all of this contributes to whatever the effort that you're going to do. Now, how do you actually go ahead and find the speed, right? So you go to Google and you type speed insight as a keyword. There will be a Google URL that will come. You click on that URL, put your website, and then you are able to see how fast your website is or how slow your website is, right? 99.99% of the time, you will see the result is not that great because you never bothered optimizing it, or you never thought about optimizing it, or you never knew about it, right? So then that should be a wake up call, and there will be certain things that you need to follow. So, first of is in the list, compress and optimize images, right? You need to make sure all of your images are of small size. A web developer will be able to do this very well. There's a new format called as SVG, or there's another format called as WebP. If you're able to go ahead and do it in these formats, your images or videos or anything that you're putting, make sure they are under 100 kb or under 500 kb, something like that, or under 1 MB at the least, right? So that your website will function faster and will be able to do good things for you. Second is Minify, CSS, JS, HTML. What is CSS? What is JS? What is HTML? CSS and JS is JavaScript. CSS is also a language. HTML is also a language. So all of the websites are made on certain kind of different languages, which are coding languages. You don't need to know that, because now you got Shopify, WordPress, ready-made themes. You can also do it by yourself. You don't need to learn coding. Everything is done by the softwares itself, right? But you need to make sure that you get on board with somebody, an expert, somebody like us, who can come make sure that all of your problems in unifying your scripts is solved, so that your website is faster. One of the most prominent reason I've seen that the JavaScript, there is a lot of JavaScript on your website and the loading is slow, right? So you need to give it to an expert. They will go ahead, look at it, and make sure your JavaScript is minimized. Now, moving further, use CDNs as much as possible. Now, basically, CDNs also it will also translate to your security of the websites as well. Like for an instance, if you don't have a great certificate, or your certificate, your security SSL is also not right, then basically it's not going to work out well, right? So you need to make sure you go to trusted platforms like Shopify if you are a D2C business. If you're a B2B business, you can go to WordPress, you can go to Wix, you can go to Webflow as well. A lot of platforms are available, Squarespace and all of that, right? So you design your website over there and let the website take care of it. Once that's done, then give it to the pros who will do the speed optimization for you. Make sure that your browser caching is also at the minimum, so that your website loads faster, right? So there is a cache refresh within the website itself. You need to make sure that plugin is enabled. Again, leave it to the pros, but it's for your knowledge that these are the some of the things that you will need to make sure that you take care of it. Optimize hosting server response. Again, too technical for you, I understand, but you can go ahead and optimize your hosting, your server, wherever you've hosted it, as best as possible, so that basically the load time from the click to the website, to the server, to the hosting, and then back to the user is minified as much as possible, so that the it opens faster, right? The website opens faster. And then comes lazy loading for media, which means that specifically and this is mostly for for your videos, so that the videos load faster. You can screen grab this if you want. Very insightful information, right? Now there are certain four tools, or I would say more than 100 tools that are there available that you can use for speed testing. There is Google Page Speed Insight, the best, I would say. But then if you want to go more on the pro versions, then you have GT Metrics, Pingdom Tools, Lighthouse, which is again a pro dev tools itself. But Google Page Speed, more than enough for you, right? To really know what is happening on your website. Cool. Now, talking about SEO optimization in terms of what are the four things that are equally essential. I have Keshav, who is our senior SEO lead with MadResult agency. He will be able to quickly take you through this. I'll grab some water. In the meanwhile, he will talk to you about what is technical SEO, what is on page, what is local, and what is off page SEO. And then I'll take over. Off to you, Keshav.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Keshav, you
Yes,
can continue.
yes. So you see, the on page, off page, local, and technical SEO. These are the four major aspects of SEO. So on page basically focuses on whatever there is on site. For example, if on the site you have the meta title is basically visible when someone searches a website on the Google search result page. The first thing title that shows, that's the meta title, and the below text, that's just on the just below the title, that's the meta descriptions. And so these things have to be optimized keyword wise, because if that's the first thing that the user is seeing, if we do not optimize that, then we the user will not click on that particular website or that particular link. So on page SEO has a variety of aspects in it. There is meta title, there is header tags. Whenever there's a content on the page, whichever header tag, heading 1, heading 2, to make the Google crawlers understand that these headings are there, and it helps to you know ensure that the content is in order. So on-page SEO has many things to optimize that, and that also includes optimizing the content for keyword wise. So if someone's searching something, uh, let's say for example, shoes or shoes for men, and this particular keyword needs to be in our meta title, in our content, and all this to give signal to Google that these keywords are there on our website, and it will slowly start ranking on it. So we optimize our website on whatever is on the website. We have to optimize accordingly, regarding the on page and the UI UX, as well as Abhishek sir explained in the previous slides, that also comes on the on page, to ensure that the UI UX user interface and user experience is also optimized. So whenever someone's coming, to ensure that when someone's clicking a link, is that link working or not? Is the page loading correctly? Are there any links on the website or any buttons on the website that do not load correctly, or are not, or the user is not being able to click it? This is the job that you need to do on page SEO. The other thing that's more important is technical SEO. For example, technical SEO is more related to the behind the scenes of the website. For example, there is schema is basically structured data that you add on the website, that informs the Google bots that are crawling your website, and also the AI bots now, that this is a blog post, or this is particular a product page, or this is a particular image. So the more it's optimized, the more easier it is for bots to understand. And obviously there's speed, as Abhishek sir explained earlier, that the mobile experience and everything needs to be done perfectly. Nowadays Google has ensured that it is mobile first indexing, because a lot of people in the world are using mobile, and they, when they need to check a website, or when someone mentions a brand and they say, oh, which brand is it, they quickly search on their mobile. We all do that. So if the first impressions of the website on your mobile is not good, or the website is not loading well, that means the technical SEO is poor. And if on mobile people cannot say, they won't bother to go further, or later on when they get time, open on their laptop and check it. People clearly want the best experience as quick as possible. So technical SEO is there to ensure that there's no server error, no page speed error, ensuring that on from Google's end, are there any pages that are not working? Are there any pages that are going 404? If user clicking on a product or a service or a product homepage, is that page working? If a page is indexed and it's going 404, it user will clearly be bounced off. So we need to know when to redirect those pages. So in SEO, that is our job, to ensure that the technical SEO website is also there. Off page SEO is another aspect that basically ensures that if the web links that websites are getting from another website. So for example, let's say there's an article that mentioned GenQ or MadResult in it, and that article is linking to a particular website. That means that we are getting those links, and Google is seeing that, okay, this particular website is getting from, let's say, Forbes, or in a Forbes article, or in any news article, or in a blog article, this blog is mentioning regarding this website. Hence, that website authority is high, and that website should be ranked higher. So that the whole process of giving backlinks to other websites in the blog content is basically called off-page SEO. if I have to summarize it in a more simple manner. And it's important because Google needs to know whether a website is authoritative, and if other websites talk about your website and give link back to your website, it's a sign and indicator that your website is authoritative. So that is also very important SEO. After that, there is local SEO, for example, which obviously you optimize on website, but you also have Google business profile for that. Where if someone is searching furniture store in Mumbai or furniture store near me, especially if there any word a particular location wise or near me, Google automatically shows Google business profile for that, because this is for particular locality, user is searching. So the location wise matters a lot. So if your business is in a particular area, or for example, if there's a hospital that isn't available in multiple cities, so you would need to do local SEO for those cities as well, and you will need to ensure that the local SEO is done according to the keyword search volume of those particular cities or regions that your business is present in. So and local SEO can be very helpful to users living there, because if your website or your Google business profile is ranking higher, people can instantly go to a particular hospital or a service or a store, whichever business it is. Mostly local businesses use Google business profile, which is very helpful for them, and that helps to drive their business. So to summarize, as in SEO, there is technical SEO, on-page, off-page, and local SEO. These are four major factors, four major things that are done in SEO, because on a website there are a lot of things happening. So this has been broken down into technical, on-page, off-page, and local SEO to ensure that the client or the business is getting their needs fulfilled, and to ensure that whenever the user comes on the website, it is visible. So that's all about SEO optimization. And
Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much, Keshav, for this.
yeah, yeah.
And now, to understand what are certain tools that you will need to make sure that your SEO journey is good for your website. The number one is called as Google Search Console, or we say GSC. Basically, Google Search Console is a tool free, provided by Google itself, where once you connect that with your website, specifically through analytics or through Google Search Console itself, you're able to see a lot more data that you were not was not that great available in analytics. The core job of Google Search Console is to tell you everything from an SEO perspective on the kind of searches that is happening for your website, where are you being seen, and a whole lot of other things as well, right? So excellent free tool that you can use to assess any technical issues that you have for your website and things like that. The second is a paid tool, two paid tools, very, very good. There is a third one as well that we also often use. So the first is SEMrush. Now, SEMrush has been one of the top leader in terms of the paid tool for SEO. They offer a host of things when it comes to specifically towards this service. And, the kind of data output that SEMrush has, I think not a lot of other players in the market are able to even generate that kind of data. So do check out SEMrush. And just a pro tip: if anybody is into lead generation or you are an agency yourself, you can go to SEMrush, take their Guru plan, I think, and you can also generate leads from there as well if you want to target some other businesses or brands. So you can see how their website is going on. So yeah, you can see that as well. Ahrefs, similar tool, works a little bit different than SEMrush. Both are very famous in the market. Again, as I would say, what SEMrush can do, Ahrefs can as well do. What Ahrefs can do, SEMrush can also do. And the third tool is Uber Suggest, where you are able to do whole lot other things like writing content and things like that as well from Uber Suggest. It's from a guy called as Neil Patel, who is very famous in the SEO world. So do check him out as well. And that's for the paid tools. Then comes Yoast SEO, which is a plugin in a lot of WordPress websites, where you go to WordPress and you probably just search for this plugin Yoast SEO. You are able to do a lot of things directly on the website because it pulls up all the information within WordPress itself, and you are able to take SEO decisions with the help of Yoast SEO as well. And then comes Screaming Frog. Screaming Frog is primarily a tool used for crawling your website. It will crawl every pages that is there. Crawling basically means that it would give you a summary of how many pages are there and what are the errors that you will also need to fix on these pages. That's what exactly Screaming Frog does. It is, I think, available up to 500 pages or 100 pages for free. But yes, it's also a paid tool that you can use to improve your overall game of SEO, right? Now, talking about App Store optimization, there are certain things that you will need to make sure that your app is optimized for the App Store as well, right? So that people can search you faster, whether it is Google Play or Store or whether it is the Apple App Store. You need to make sure that you do App Store optimization as well in order to make sure your app is discovered faster with the kind of keyword inputs that your consumers will have. So optimized app title and description, very key important thing over here. That same goes for the website as well, I would say, that your title and description has to be optimized for the target audience that you're targeting to, right? So example, if you have a dating app, you need to make sure that you need to put that this is, so example, Tinder dash dating app. You need to make sure you put that if you are not a brand yet. If you're a brand, you don't need to do all of this. Everybody knows who's Tinder, everybody knows who's Mintra, everybody knows who's Bajaj. So but still, if you go to App Store and type Bajaj, you will see that Bajaj is written Bajaj EMI forward slash loans forward slash insurance forward slash I think any other product that they have, right? So that itself shows the why have they written, so that everybody knows what other things that Bajaj do apart from loans as well, right? So that's why it's important, which is your title and description. The second thing is high quality icons, screenshots. Very important. You need to make sure that your icon is as similar to what your branding logo will be, so that people can identify your app. You need to make sure you put your in-app screenshots or your onboarding screenshots or the features about your app as well, so that people are able to easily understand what your product is, why do they need this app, and why do they need to install basically, right, and use it. Third is positive ratings and reviews. If your app is bad, people will leave 3-star, 2-star, 1-star reviews. That's a big no-no for a business who's surviving on apps, right? So you need to make sure your experience is good, that you're giving to the consumer, the prices are right, the function is right. So before you even go to the market, make sure you do your testing very well and then launch your app. You also try, before even launching, try to have a beta version given to your people around you, your friends, families, colleagues, and ask them, hey, install this app, tell me what do you think, is the price good, is the UI UX good, colors good, are you able to read the text or not, are you able to click on all of the buttons or not. So let them test, let them be your guinea pig, right? But it's essential to do that so that you're able to really understand that okay, now my app is ready and I'll get good ratings and reviews. Now if you've launched it and you've had bad ratings and reviews, read those reviews. Very important. They are the feedback that the consumers are giving. Bad app, or they are saying this UI is so terrible, it doesn't even help me to do this, that, whatever, right? Read that, make a list of it, put it on your Excel sheet, slap it on your developers, and ask them to, fix all of these issues, right? So your reviews are your feedback. Very key essential thing that a lot of people forget. Next is regular updates. Make sure you're updating your app to the newest version, whatever the technology platform that you're using, and you have updated your UI, you've updated your products, everything is in sync. Make sure that happens very regularly, not too regularly, but at least once a month or twice a month. Ensure that you update your app as well with the highest security. There are certain tools that are there in order to make sure you achieve your optimization journey. One is called App Annie, another is Sensor Tower. Again, these are some semi-premium paid apps that you can use to make sure that you have a very good optimization done on your app, right? Now, talking about enhancing user experience, why is this also important? Let's first understand that. As I've been telling all this while in this session, if your experience is bad, people will not want to work with you ever again, right? It's the same thing. If you're in a relationship, then if the experience has been bad in the relationship, you're not able to go ahead and really work things out, right? So you need to make sure that user experience is on top priority, and um, it's something that you need to make sure you focus at, right? Since we just have one question, I will take that question since we are live on YouTube as well, and so that everybody is addressed. The question is, how do you use content marketing for SEO? Every startup should go with content marketing. 101% yes, Pranjul. The way you can use content marketing with SEO is, or rather SEO with content marketing, I would say, vice versa. Basically, if let's say you publish a blog on, so I'll give you an entire in motion kind of thing. So let's say you have a website, you go to your website, you pick a topic for the blog. How to pick a topic? Very easy thing that I'll share with you today. Go to a website called as Answer the Public. Type the product that you're selling, or the keyword or the service. You will get more than 200 questions that people are actually asking as of this date. Pick a question, make a blog content. Second, on the same content, make a YouTube video or an Instagram reel as well if you can, because if you want to connect content marketing with SEO, make a video, put that video on the SEO as well, or sorry, on the blog as well, publish the blog, take that blog, then go to Instagram and mention that what are the, so let's say 10 things why ABC is doing good, doing bad. Make a reel on that. So your blog content is your reel content itself. You say whatever it is on the reel or digitally, then post the reel, then take the same post and go to LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, type the entire, not the entire blog, but like 10 lines of the blog to make sure people are more interested to read more. They click on that, they go to your Instagram, they see that reel, they are still not happy. They then see that, oh, there's a blog written. You can also give a blog link as well on your LinkedIn, and your reel link as well, and your YouTube link as well, right? Then they go to your blog, they read everything because now they wanted to know more. They read everything, and if they want, they can watch the YouTube videos as well, right? So that's how you marry everything with content marketing and SEO. It's a very smart way to do. People have been doing this since ages, and when I say ages, long back when YouTube first started, I think in the 2000s, right? So people have been doing this. Very useful thing. Do check that out. I hope that answers your questions, Pranjal. Excellent. Moving on to enhancing user experience. So basically, when it comes to the user experience, as I mentioned, that today anything that you do, anything that you interact with, you make sure that you go ahead and uh, you want to have a good user experience. You're paying for it, right? Same thing in your website. Apply this clean navigation and structure, mobile first, which means that now 99% of people open your website on mobile. Make sure that your website is mobile optimized. Make sure your accessibility is also right. There are people who are not able to go ahead, and disabled people are not able to see colors well. There are colorblind people as well. There are people who has less vision as well. So you need to make sure that your accessibility is also done right on your website, so that everybody can see all the information in all kinds of colors very well, right? Next is smooth onboarding. Make sure that right from the first click to the last click on your website, for that user, everything has to be a smooth experience, right? Pranjal, to answer your question, what makes us website search engine friendly? That's exactly what we are explaining right now. Cool. Quick feedback is also very important. Indicators, messages that you keep putting, or an AI chatbot is also essential to assist or aid your consumers. Consistent branding across your website. Whatever you're doing great on Instagram, and then when I click your website, oh my God, it's so bad, right? So if your branding is good on Instagram, make sure it's also very, very good on your website as well. Moving on, there are certain UX testing tools as well, which is user experience testing tool as well. I'll quickly take you through one by one. So first is Hotjar and Crazy Egg. Um, Something called as heat maps, right? So these tools can literally know, if you put these codes on your website, they can know that where are the people clicking the most. So there will be a red spot in the clicks that are there. So if they click on that, they are able to, you are able to see how many people are clicking where, how much of a scroll depth that they have of your website. Are they interested? Are they not? There'll be recordings as well. But I'll give you a crazy, crazy pro tip right now. Forget Hotjar, forget Crazy Egg. You're a startup. You don't need to invest money in this. Go for something called as Microsoft Clarity. It's a free tool from Microsoft, and you are able to just take that code, put it on your website. Everything is done automatically, and then you are able to, for free, able to see all your heat maps, all your recordings, everything of your website. And when I say recordings, I mean it. You can literally see that people scrolling, tapping, what are they doing, everything, right? Through the help of Microsoft Clarity. Do check that out. Next is maze prototype testing. So you can do your prototype as well. The prototype is basically before the live version. You make your prototype, and then you make sure you go ahead and launch it, right? So if you want to test everything is good, Maze is a good option for you. Then comes A/B testing. A/B testing is basically having a red page and a green page. What works better? Then you use Optimisely and VWO as a tool. Then comes Google Analytics 4, where you are able to actually see what's happening in terms of data. If you love data, go to Google Analytics. Hundred of free videos available on YouTube. Learn Google Analytics, learn how data works, and then make sure you apply that on your website as well, and see the data correctly. Where are the users dropping? Which page has the highest users, and things like that, right? I'm really loving the questions that are coming through. That's absolutely great. And I will answer one by one. Quickly, we'll go to Megha's question. How do you measure SEO success? Very good question, Megha. It's a simple situation where, let's say, you are tracking 20 keywords that you want to rank number one or number two or number three at, or maybe the first page, right? So let's say you have a tool such as Uber Suggest or SEMrush. You're tracking these 10 or 20 keywords that you want to rank for. And let's say the agency is able to go ahead and so far work, or your employees are working on it. So every month you have to see that, how good your ranking has been of these keywords for your particular website, right? Where do you rank? So you can see that every month. If you're ranking higher, that's great. Everything is working good. If not, then it's not just that SEO is bad, but there might be some other components that you are missing too. Now, not just keyword ranking, but then there are backlinks. Then there are something called as domain authority, that you will need to also see how good is your domain authority. If it's great, you've got good backlinks from good domains, then your domain authority also increases, and this is all an amalgamation to help you move better and faster, right? But I would say from a KPI perspective, see your keyword ranking number one, and see the traffic, and third is your conversion will not happen so soon. It will take some time. Obviously, if you want to build a legacy, it takes time, right? So you need to make sure that you have patience over there. So these three things that you need to take care of. Pankaj is asking a question: what are anchor texts? What role does anchor text have in SEO? I will ask Keshav to quickly answer this, and also take this part, which is common mistake.
Hello. Yes. So Pankaj, as you asked, what are anchor text? And so, if you see, whenever there is something written in a blog, for example, if someone is writing these are the best, furnitures in Delhi, for example, in a blog, and someone links that particular anchor text, to another link, so that is basically anchor text. It is basically a clickable text within a hyperlink on a web page. So whenever you're reading a blog or something, and within the blog there's a blue hyperlink, that is linking to another link on the website, or that's going to another website itself. That is basically an anchor text. Now, to answer your second part, what the role does anchor text have in SEO? Basically, when it comes to on-page SEO, we use anchor text for internal linking a lot. So on the website, we internal link anchor text to ensure that one blog page is internal link to landing pages, or the landing page is internal link to another landing pages, to so that the user navigation is helpful also for the Google bots as well to understand. If you there's definitely in SEO what we call an internal linking strategy. We ensure that all the blog pages, landing pages are linked, well. So it plays an important role in SEO, and to ensure that the anchor text, if we link it with the particular keyword, best shoes, furniture store, or whatever keyword that I search on, or whatever keyword that we are targeting for the particular, for our client or in that particular industry, so we ensure that the anchor text is there. And as a user also reading a particular blog or a content, if they find something useful, the best example is Wikipedia has a lot of anchor text. When someone is reading something, and there is probably something that they need to understand more, there's always an anchor text available, and click on that, you go to another Wikipedia article, and there you can find that information. So that is basically anchor text. It's simple, clickable text. It's always highlighted in blue, and that's what it is. So it has an important role to play in SEO. Abhishek, do you want me to answer the Megha question as well?
Uh, yes, Keshav, if you want to answer, you can answer
Yeah, yeah.
Megha's question.
I've answered it already, but yeah, you can.
Okay, so Mega, how do you measure SEO success? Basically, we have certain KPIs. KPIs are basic key performance indicators. Like traffic, ranking for e-commerce website, revenue, and obviously leads, if there are any leads for a particular client. So most on an SEO, it is traffic and it is ranking. So if the website on Google Search Console, Google Analytics, if the website is getting was getting 100 clicks, and after 1 year of SEO, it is getting, let's say, 1,000 clicks, example. So that through those clicks, we can say, okay, it is increased now. So that is, our clicks has increased, our users are increased. That is, an SEO success. So yeah, that's
So
it.
yeah, that's excellent, excellent, cool. So I'll only take the next part. So common mistakes to avoid while you're doing an SEO. Very, very important. You need to make sure that you write this down as well. So first is ignoring mobile optimization. If you are, as I said earlier, if you're not optimizing your website for mobile, 99% of the people who come on the mobile, which don't go on desktop, they will hate your website and they will just exit right away, and they will be, and you will lose business, whatever the business, right? So make sure your mobile view is optimized as much as possible. Heavy unoptimized page, you need to make sure that your pages are as optimized as possible when it comes to the content, links, UI, UX. Everything has to be in place, right? And I'll give you everyone a hack. If you don't know what is a perfect website, whatever you are inspired from any competitor, a big competitor, okay? And when I say big, 100 crore plus company, all right? So you go to their website and then you see, okay, what are the things that they are doing? How is their UI UX? And how are you able to guide through that UI UX? Did you like it? Did you not? And then from there, make your own analysis and then try to see how can you make a better optimized page for your own website, right? So you try this hack. It definitely works. Very, very cool when it comes to doing research, right? Ignoring is SEO basics. If it's a simple thing, right? If you ignore your medicines, and if you're ill, you are not going to feel well, right? Or probably you may not be on this earth, right? So you don't ignore your medicines. Why should you ignore your SEO basics, right? It's as simple as that, right? So make sure that your SEO basics are in place. Whatever your SEO team tells you or the agency tells you that, hey, we need to get these things done, get it done, right? That's important. Too many pop-ups, ads. If there are a lot of ads on your, while you're reading, there's a lot of interruption for the user's eyes. And when the user is interrupted, he's too bored to even see anything. He exits. Simple, right? So make sure your pop-ups are as less as possible, and you don't have a lot of ads on your blog or on your website. No user feedback loop, right? So you are, as I earlier mentioned, you're not taking feedback from your users, you're not going to improve. It's as simple as that. So please make sure that you take feedbacks on your website, on your app, time and again. If you don't have anybody to give, any customer to give a feedback, the best tool, friends and family. Go to them, tell them, hey, this is my website, see how is it. Be as blunt as possible, and they will give you, the best, guidance when it comes to, doing the website in the right way, but from a basic, layman perspective, right? So then you go back to your backend and get things done, right? So that's basically about it from my end and from Keshav's end. And it was great, giving a deep insight on, on SEO. And if you have any questions, feel free to just post it here. We will be live for the next probably 2 or 3 minutes more. And if we don't have any questions, then I think that's the end of this one, right? As I mentioned, certain pro tips that I will want to give you. If you are a D2C business, now these tips are directly coming from my experience of these many years, being 14 years being in the agency or the marketing space. Um, Make sure you don't have a lot of pages, right? Thank you so much, RJ Insights. Make sure you don't have a lot of pages. on your website unless you really need it to, because those will interrupt the experience of your internal SEO of your website. UI UX has to be great. Don't don't even think that okay, this ye chalega. Don't do that. Make sure your UI UX is good. If you are able to enjoy the website, that doesn't mean that everybody else is able to enjoy the website, right? Everybody sees the website in different way, in a different perception. Everybody has different experience. So make sure that you take a collective feedback from 10 to 20 people before even launching, or if you have launched it, how to make it better. And another, I would say, hack is, yeah, one of the hack I told you is go to answer the public. It's a content hack. As much as blog as you want, you can get it from there. Answer the public. Remember this. Go there. It's three searches free, I think, for 24 hours. Type your keywords. You will have 250 content, pegs immediately there and there itself. Start making SEO optimized content. A lot of tools are there. Use those tools and make it. Any tips, hacks Keshav has? We would love to also hear from you. Any tips, any hacks, anything in terms of SEO?
Well, basically, I would say that in terms of the keyword targeting and content, that's the main thing, because in today's SEO, content is king. So, you need to ensure that you're satisfying the user query. I think you need to see if the content or blog on your website, if it is truly satisfying the user query, because ever since SEO went mainstream, there has been billions of blogs on the internet, and that has saturated the entire market. So you need to ensure that your blog or your content stands out and it's actually satisfied the user query, and focus on quality, not quantity. That will help a lot.
Excellent,
Um,
Keshav. Thank you so much for that. I think
thank
that's it from our end. Yes, Shruti, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll take it from here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Keshav, for this extremely insightful session. You have highlighted how optimization goes beyond its just speed, just SEO, or it is not limited to any particular step, any particular thing. It's about visibility, trust, and delivering a seamless experience that keeps users engaged and that keeps your content going, that make your reach visible. And the special thanks to the strategies and tips you have shared with our startups. Uh, I'm I'm really hoping that it will improve their performance, help them scale up. So on behalf of GeneTube and everyone here, thank you for sharing your expertise and mission-driven vision. We look forward to hosting you again for such insightful sessions. Thank you again.
Yep. And just the last